Look, number one, you know, the way I look at it, and I was thinking about this last night, knowing I'm going to be here and going from here to the NATO summit. You know, we have two strong organizations in America that I look to for our security. One, literally, and I mean this sincerely, is NATO. NATO, a joint assembly of democracies that made sure we're keeping the peace, and no one's going to screw around with it. It's the strongest it's ever been. And I think of you as my domestic NATO. Not a joke. Not a joke. You're the ones beyond me, and you know that with this better than I do. Beyond me, it's all about whether or not we're going to grow the economy, whether we're going to give working people a shot. And I told you, and you know, because a lot of you were there with me all the way back when I was a kid, and I'm only 42, but when I was a kid back running for the Senate when I was 29 years old, Labor elected me. And we were then a right-to-work state, and we changed it all. And here's what we're doing. You've heard me say it 1,000 times, but I'm going to say it again. The middle class built this country. You built the middle class. No. And by the way, I don't want to hurt your reputations, but even Wall Street's acknowledging your power. No, I'm serious. Look at every projection about what we want to do with the economy on the issues that we're talking about and what the other guy wants to do. They're supporting us. It's your agenda we're working on. And by the way, I've said from the beginning that when labor does well, everybody does better. Not a joke. That's not a talking point. That is a reality. You know that, Lee. That is a reality. It is an absolute reality. When we were I said I was going to be the most pro-union president in American history. Well, guess what? I am, and I'm staying there. No, I mean it. Because you represent the folks I grew up with. You represent where I come from. You represent where the vast majority of the American people. You know, I come from a household with a 3-bedroom. We weren't poor, but we weren't. We didn't have anything left over at the end of the month. And but you know, 3-bedroom house, 4 kids. Grandpa lived with us. Someone lived with us full time. I look back now and wonder how my dad handled those thin walls. But at any rate, the point is that we're just giving people a fighting chance. And when I got elected, and when I was, and even when you guys are with me, going all the way back into the 70s when I was a kid. That what we talked about was, the whole idea of this was to give everybody a shot. No guarantee, just a shot, an even shot. And that's why I determined, and we've done it with your help and your leadership. We're going to build this country from the bottom up and the middle out, not the top down. No, I mean it. Not a joke. Not a joke. They're warning me not to take too much time with you all today, but in terms of talking. But here's the deal. The fact of the matter is, take a look at what all the major economists, including the Wall Street economists, are saying. They looked at his proposal, what he's done, and what our proposal is moving forward. And overwhelmingly, he got 16 Nobel laureates in economic law, and they won the Nobel Prize for economics, 16 of them. And what did they say? They say his proposals are going to bankrupt the country. His proposals are going to cause a recession. His proposals are going to cause us higher interest rates. And what you and I, and you've been helping me, you've been leading on.
We're watching President Biden speaking at an AFL-CIO headquarters event, touting his accomplishments on the economy. Jay, the president is under a microscope today. He's speaking at this event now, but he's also hosting the NATO summit a little later today. What stood out to you from his remarks here, and how high are the stakes for him today?
Very high. Two things to take away here, Diane. I don't see teleprompters there. The president has been pushed by Democratic allies here on Capitol Hill and voters to do more unscripted, off-teleprompter events. It appears that he's doing one now. Also, we have some breaking news in terms of people pushing President Biden to step aside. George Clooney, the actor, just penned an op-ed in the New York Times that said he was at a fundraiser with President Biden, and he was, quote, the same man we all witnessed at the debate. George Clooney is now pushing President Biden to also step aside and not be the nominee.
Wow, those calls growing. Jay O'Brien on Capitol Hill for us. Jay, thank you.